been able to figure out is that your protection requirements as per example is around 45 lakhs, and you need to accumulate around 36 lakhs for your child's education and 31 lakhs for your child's marriage, for which you will have to start saving around 1,17,000 rupees from today, right? So we've been able to come to this figure and consensus. As per example, I'm quite sure you would have been able to come out with a figure for yourself which would be suitable for you, right? The idea here is again not to start wondering and getting perturbed on how you would be able to go about saving this figure. This is just an indicative thing and an explanation of that, how earlier you should start saving for such things. So well that's what the whole idea is. And now we had spoken of 4 parts. If you remember, we had spoken of the protection part, we had spoken of the accumulation part, we had spoken of the retirement part, and the taxation part. Taxation angle we're not going to take because taxation laws are different and then they keep changing. But what we are going to take is the retirement angle. So that's something that we are going to take within this module, which is module 4. So module 4 will typically look at your retirement and ways of going about saving for your retirement. So if you remember in section 2b, where we had mentioned about expenses, current expenses, and we'd also mentioned about expenses that would be required if you retire today, and we had taken an example that we would say that we would need 50,000 here, if you can recall, right? I would suggest you go to video 1 if you're new, because this was covered in video 1 and this is video 4 now. So we had spoken of 50,000 in video 1 about this. Now in our example, if you remember, our age was 33, right? So we are assuming that we'll retire at the age of 60, and that basically means that we have close to 27 years to accumulate whatever we want to accumulate for a retirement. This also has another implication. Now 50,000 rupees was in today's term. Now if you want the same money after 27 years, then we also have to look at the inflation angle. Now if inflation is at 5%, then what is the amount that you would require after 27 years, which would be equivalent to today's 50,000, right? Is that clear? So again, we'll go back to the table that we've created and we'll just quickly check what is the it which should be here. So what we are saying is we need around this figure. So please have a look at the figures that if you're using the form, great. If you're not, just check your figure wherever it's suitable and just pick it up. So in our case it's 3.7335, right? So we will go to 3.7335 and we'll take that figure from here, somewhere here. Wonderful. So coming back to monthly expenses post retirement, we are saying that we need 50,000 rupees. We are saying 27 years, and we want to know, okay, if inflation plays a havoc at 5%, the figure we have to multiply it by 3.7335. So what is the kind of figure that we need? So your monthly, as I repeat again, monthly 50,000 would be equivalent to 1,85,000, or 1,85,000 would be equivalent to 50,000 of today's value monthly, right? So this figure can come here, 1,85,000 rupees. So monthly expenses post inflation, 1,85,000 is what you want to have. If you need to know the requirement corpus, well, this is a little subjective, but financial planners across the world say that, okay, monthly 1.85 into 12 is what you will get annually. into 10 is what you should have as your retirement corpus, right? So this figure would come to an astonishing 2.20 crores, right? So what we are saying is that if you want 1,85,000 rupees per month after 27 years, I'll repeat this, 1.85 per month after 27 years, you should have a corpus of 2.20 crores. The per lakh figures, if you remember, right? So in our case, the per lakh figures are 1569 and 875. 1569 and 825, sorry. 1569 and 825, we take these figures back for our calculation purposes, and we'll be able to come out with a yearly savings. So again, what we'll do is monthly expenses 1.85 lakhs, retirement corpus we created 2.20 crores. At savings factor at 6%, we had said 1569 per lakh, and here we had come to 825 per lakh. So for this figure, if you get 6% as your return, you need to save somewhere from today 3.45 lakhs. What we've just done is we multiplied 1569. We've done 1569 into 220, right? Because this is per lakh and 220 is what we multiply. So we'll get 3.45 lakhs from today. And if you need, and if your investments are generating 10%, then what you need to do is 825 into 220, which would be 1.81 lakhs, right? So if you need 1.85 lakhs post inflation monthly expenses, you're locking off corpus of 2.20 crores per lakh. If 1569 is saved from today at 6%, you'll reach 2.20 crores. So you need to multiply 1569 into 220, and you'll be able to get your yearly savings at 3.45 lakhs. If your investments are generating something around 10%, you need to save 825 per lakh, which means 825 into 220, you'll get 1.81 lakhs, right? So if you now are able to just have a quick calculation, your protection needs have been identified. Your protection needs have been identified at 45 lakhs. For your child's education and child's marriage, I think you have to save close to 1.17 lakhs. And for your retirement, if I am assuming at 10%, this was again at 10%, guys, and again if I'm assuming at 10%, you have to save somewhere between 1.81 lakhs. Now, I mean, my whole idea and objective is not to scare you, right? So that's not what the whole objective is. The idea and objective is to just make sure that you yourself are able to analyze what your financial planning is like. You yourself are able to analyze what your goals are like, because that's what is going to help you in plan for your finances.